We have told you about a bill making its way through the North Carolina General Assembly, making it a crime to wear a mask in public. It's aimed at stopping protesters from wearing them. Many were masked up during the recent protests that we saw on UNC's campus. Now, this legislation has no exemptions allowed for health and safety, which begs a question, is this legal? Joining us here to take a closer look, Tara Muller. She is a policy attorney with Disability Rights North Carolina. Thanks for being with us tonight.
Happy to be here.
Can we talk about just the general legality of this and maybe some of the hurdles that might be in the way?
Sure. We are concerned at Disability Rights North Carolina that the effect of this law will be to discriminate against people with disabilities who choose to take the step to protect their own safety by wearing a mask, as the bill is currently written. And we are hopeful that the bill will get changed. It's not law yet. Hopefully it will get changed to make it more safe and healthy for people to get out and use the masks.
Let's say they put in some type of exemption for people who need a mask. Well, who's to determine that? There's not really a two sides to that coin. There could be a variety of reasons why somebody could be wearing a mask.
That's
they
exactly
need a doctor's note, right?
Right, and that's exactly the problem that we get into here. You know, we don't think that the bill sponsor had any discriminatory intent, right? We think that there may be people who are wearing masks for the sole reason of disguising their identity so that they can commit crimes and get away with it.
Sure.
And so there needs to be a balance there. There needs to be a way to outlaw that type of illegal activity, but also at the same time protect the people who legitimately need to wear masks for their own health and safety.
It was the case prior to COVID where this was already in effect. Right, so this rule already existed, that in North Carolina, I think it dates back to the Ku Klux Klan. You weren't allowed to wear a mask in the state. And then COVID changed that because they needed people to be able to wear these masks and go out and about. Does that precedent set, that time where it was illegal, does that kind of help the case for masks to be reinstated, or this rule against them?
Yeah, that's a good point, and that certainly we've heard a lot about that this week. The people who have reached out to us at Disability Rights North Carolina from all over the state, and we've heard from lots of folks who are concerned about their own health and safety and ability to get out in the world, have told us that they never knew that this was a law before COVID. We know that the world has changed drastically since COVID. We all get our news more quickly than we ever did before. People are more aware of the law changes when they come about. And we also, you know, as a culture have changed in terms of folks who have chosen to use masks to protect their own safety who maybe never did before. I know I never saw somebody wear a mask before COVID.
When it comes to enforcement, our reporter Laura Leslie, I think, talked to you a little bit earlier, and some of the discussions were around policing and how they would even interact with somebody who might be breaking this rule if it were to pass.
Yeah, and you know, that's a tough question to answer. We just don't know how this will work in real life if it comes to be and the bill's not changed. We expect that law enforcement officers will not have the time or the capacity to get into each individual situation and determine if it's an ADA violation, right, a violation of somebody's disability rights, or if people are wearing masks for other reasons. And so our concern is that they'll get arrested and then, you know, they'll have to go through the court system. And we expect that they will ultimately prevail at the end of the day once they explain that they're wearing their mask for health and safety reasons. Right. But they'll be left with a criminal record. Right? A misdemeanor, class 1 misdemeanor, which is one of the most serious of the misdemeanors. All
right, Tara, thank you so much. We'll be checking back in with you because I have a feeling we'll be talking about this again. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.